Does it ever want to pop up? There we go. It wants to pop up now. Yo, yo. Welcome in, welcome in. Alright. Let me paste this real quick. Let me put this there. Let me pin this. Alrighty. We're up, we're running, we're good. Welcome in, welcome in. What are who bought? How y'all doing? How we doing today? How we doing today? How we doing this rising, I should say. I spent 2 hours talking to YouTube support, trying to see what they can do to help channels out, and just to lead to no avail. So that was pretty fun. That was time well spent. I so that was interesting. That was an interesting way to spin how I immediately woke up. But regardless, thank you. I appreciate that. The collective's here. Things are popping up. Oh, so that's crazy. Now everything's like really working after I put in that complaint. Okay, so here we go. Now more people are popping up. See, I have more channel messages on the way. I've been working on a book and on the tarot classes, but I need to get more of them out. So I'll tap in today and see what we can get out for sure with that. Let me charge my mic and stuff right now while I'm actually thinking about it. So I don't forget. Because I know that this is the wrong charger. And here's the right one. Alright. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Yeah, just like, if you're wanting like something from the channel, message me. Because I'm usually like, I just do whatever I can. Like if I get the nudge to do a reading, I'll do a reading. If I get the nudge to do a channel message, that comes out. You know, I haven't really had a nudge to do anything except for the ancestral message I did like a few days ago. Other than that, I'm just, my main focus has been on the book. But what's going on in the world? You're amazeballs today. That's word. That's what's up. That's what's up. I appreciate the kind words. I really do. But we'll get one out. We'll see what happens. I'll be moving over to the desk here again soon. I've literally just been like on the bed. Like they're literally the first thing. It's not healthy at all. But the first thing I do when I rise is I'll get up, I'll stretch around, and I'll immediately get to going on the book. So it's been like a huge thing for me because the way I'm explaining this stuff is like in depth, a lot more in depth than I thought it was gonna be. Like I'm 6 pages in and I haven't even left the first phase of like how to talk to the rational mind, or how the rational mind even is. So it's in depth as fuck. So I'm happy. That's just been my main focus. But we'll switch it up. We'll change it here soon. We'll tap in and get some information. We got the 222 portal today as well. That's a fun one. I seem very unenthusiastic. I just don't have the energy to right now. It'll come when it comes. we have the 222 portal today. That's gonna be a fun one. Keeping hopes up, keeping yourself grounded and balanced, not letting yourself be swayed by outward circumstances, which has been very fun because when I rose, my friend messaged me and was like, "Isn't today like a portal?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's the 222 portal." And then immediately after that, I was like, "Wait a minute, I have to go message YouTube support. And it didn't bother me at all. Like we walked around in a circle for an hour and I was just sitting there like giggling to myself like this is just bizarre. Like what am I, why am I talking in circles? Yeah, I see you. Hi. Welcome in. Yeah, the 222 portal is very strong right now. I went to sleep early last night, a lot more early than I usually do. I had plans that I canceled without telling anyone. I just went right to bed and woke up to a bunch of messages saying, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I just went to sleep. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I was just dead. I had to go to bed." So that was a fun one, but woke up, no grogginess, immediately sprung right into action. That was fun. Okay, we don't need to be spamming in here. If you spam one more time, I'm gonna just time you out for like a minute or whatever. I just gotta let you know that ahead of time. Hey Mark, long time no see. I like being here. I don't know what to talk about. I gotta put you in timeout. I gotta put you in timeout for like 10 minutes. I gotta put you in timeout. I can't. Can witches be Christian? Yes. Prayer is spell work. They have altars in the church. That's all associations with witchcraft. The Romans just took that stuff and converted it into I don't want to say into a more holistic because that's not at all what I'm trying to convey, but from their standpoint they converted it into a more socially acceptable way, because instead of like doing what most witches would do, they just like converted it and put it inside of a building that was like a government funded building instead of like a house or something, or like doing it outdoors. So like witches can be Christians. There's a lot of witches within the church and a lot of them don't even know that they are witches. They just have a bunch of jealousy and envy in them, and they'll go around and fucking damn people just because, oh, you have a better hat than me, I don't like that, and then they'll like, just from that thought form, being in a place where there's already a powerful presence of a spirit, it's already going to have some form of effect externally on that. And yeah, we had to put them in timeout. We had to put them in timeout. And thanks for the cut, Mark. I shaved it all the way bald. It's growing all the way out. No, I didn't paint it. I'm in a motel. I'm in a hotel. I didn't, I'm just kind of just chilling. Well, you can if you want to go deep with it, I'll tell you this. I did paint it because I created the path to be in here in reality. So I technically painted it that way, but without going that deep and going down that rabbit hole, no, I didn't. I would love to go down that rabbit hole. Not today. I want to keep things a little semi-normal, or however normal is going to be today, whatever the normal boundary is. Yeah, most of us are in hotels. It is what it is. I'd rather be in nature, but I always can just go outside and walk, so it's fine, It's just the fucking, not only the economy, but just, it's just not time to have a house right now for anyone really, because mortgages and shit's going through the roof. We're gonna have all sorts of issues coming up here soon. See, that's what's up. Being in the middle of a forest in a camper, that's what's up. If I could drive, I'd be in an RV. I wouldn't be sitting here. I'd be in an RV traveling around. Like, fuck that, dude. I'd make my own little Wi-Fi receptor, and I'd just be driving around places. I don't give, like, that's my life. You feel like you're more tapped in each day? Hell yeah. Well, that's good. Don't allow yourself to tap out of it. If you've been working to be more tapped in, that's good. Just when you feel like you're at a boundary point, when you can't move forward, don't overstress yourself. Don't allow yourself to become overbearing with what you're knowing. No, I can't drive. I have pedal seizures pretty often, and that prevents me from driving. So that's a fun thing. But the divine supplies for what I lack on the physical, so it balances out. Sleeping on the beach, right? On the beach? Damn, lucky. I wish I was on the beach. Well, technically I am if I look behind me. I guess you could call it a beach. Caesar just started here? Yeah. See, that's the thing, I would love to drive, but I've tried before and had a seizure while driving, and it was not okay. My dad was like, "Are you good?" I was like, "I can't do this right now. There's something about this. It's not right." But it was funny. But I'd rather just walk around everywhere, I don't want to be in a city, but I want to be in an area where I can just walk around and get stuff. You know what I mean? That's all I really care about, because exercise is where it's at. Plus, I like looking out the window too much, so I might as well just walk. See, where I used to live, I lived pretty far away from the town, but I was surrounded by woods, and I would literally walk. It was like a 6 or 7 mile walk and I would walk from my house to the town. I remember one day I was hungry and I was home alone, and we don't have DoorDash where I was at the time, at least. I don't think we have it still. I'm not sure. And I just walked to get food and walked all the way back. I don't know what the hell. It was a long distance, but it didn't bother me because I like walking, so it was fun. Yeah, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people short circuiting today. I'm gonna keep it real. I there have been there's you're meeting literally the pole splits of people, and it's hilarious because you're either meeting the people that are so nice and literally all that you need, giving you all that you've been trying to give yourself, or you're meeting the exact opposite of people where they're just balls to the walls insane and they don't know how to tone it down. And it's just comical because you know it's just how people are, especially because we're already in the planetary alignment till the 28th. We have that, and then we have I think it's a Friday the 13th blood moon, or is it a blood moon eclipse that's happening? I can't remember what the hell's happening with that blood moon. And then Saturn's gonna lose its rings, which I find very comical. Very, very comical. Um, and then we're gonna have a smiley face in the sky. Did you all see that? We're gonna have a crescent moon, and then we're gonna have two. I forgot what planets are gonna be there, but the moon's not gonna be like this. It's gonna be like that, and I don't understand why or how. But we have some really funky events happening. I haven't looked into it much. I think it's a blood moon eclipse, which again I find very comical because first of all, blood moons are crazy enough. Eclipses are crazy enough. The last eclipse that we had that was a major event turned everything green. And if y'all have been keeping up with what's been going on with that, that's been the green light movement. That was the whole heart chakra activation, activating the heart chakra so we can move up to the throat chakra. And now we're in purple, the third eye chakra, before we hit the crown. We're moving up to the higher vibrations. We're already leaving. And then with the blood moon eclipse, this is gonna, I'm not even ready. I might have to tap fully in on that day and just do a whole reading on that because I really want to find out what the fuck, because it's crazy. I'm excited for it. I want to tap in more and find out like more about it. I'm gonna have to ask a few people about it too. What did you call the smiley face again? I don't know. It's like we're gonna have a smiley face in the sky. I don't remember what. Oh, hold on. Hello? Yeah. Yeah, I'm here. Okay, I'm a little busy right now. Okay. Got you, bro. Oop. Alright. Well, I gotta go down. I gotta go downstairs. Not now, but whenever I can. That was fun. I think I know what that's about. I think that's the dude that wants me to teach him how to DJ. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I don't know. There's a lot going on, but there's a smiley face in the sky. I don't know what's going on with that. Let me look that up again, cause I seen that I seen that somewhere. April 25th. What the fuck is this? Okay, yeah, we're having some form. What is it? A triple conjunction is what we're having with. I wish it would just tell me the whole thing. I gotta go click on stuff now. Hold on, I'll find it. With who? With Venus and who? With Venus and Saturn. Oh, what the fuck? Damn. On April 25th, Venus and Saturn are going to be conjuncting. It's going to be a smiley face in the sky. I didn't know those were the two planets, but awesome. That's going to be also very crazy. But I'm excited for that as well. Yeah, it's a crescent, but instead of it being like, it's I don't know what, how the hell, I don't know. We'll figure it out when it happens. I'm just excited. See, it's been overcast here for the past few weeks, but two nights ago when I walked outside, the sky was so bright. I think it actually was on the 20th. I seen the planetary alignment or something because I seen a bunch of stars. It was crazy. I forgot if it was the 20th or not. But the sky was so like clear. It was beautiful. I loved it. Because usually here the sky is like not too polluted, but it's been very polluted recently, and I don't know why. Yeah, hopefully that is the end of the oppositions, because I'm tired of it, man. You put me through the ringer. But everything's a good sign. Everything's looking up, especially if you're keeping track of like the astrology and things that's happening. You'll be going good. Don't be coming in here and spamming, or I'm just gonna get rid of you. Like you've already been timed out once. You don't need like more than one warning, dog. This isn't a daycare. Come on. Come on. But I'm excited for it. I don't know. You're good, bro. Don't be sorry. Just don't do it. Ain't no reason to be sorry. Don't do it. You know why you got timed out. Just chill. Settle. I did not know squirrels swim on their back. That's crazy. Even if they don't, that's still something crazy, I guess. Anyone have any questions about things? Or are we just gonna sit here and chat? I'm cool with whatever. But, if there's any discussion that y'all want to have, pop up. Yeah, the way the window's positioned actually, it's where the moon shows itself a lot. So I just have to go. I can just look out the window whenever the sun sets happening and whenever the moon's going. It's beautiful. Uh, curious about the book and a morning and a rising spiritual ritual. I got you. For the book, it's talking about the twin individual in us, the rational consciousness, which is the part of you that's mainly in control, the part of you that's like looking at the external, and then the intuitive consciousness, which is the internal, and how to get them to connect to each other. So, do I do astrology charts? I don't make them, but I can read them kind of. How do you get a copy of it? I don't have a website right now. I'm doing things in the background to hopefully get one going because it's not something that I can like fund out of my pocket just yet. So, if you want the books, you can email me and I'll send you like a list of all the books that I have because I have more than just one, right? Um, and they're all $15. Some of them come in a bundle because they'll be part of the same like genre. Like I have two books on duality, and instead of paying $30 for getting both of them, you just pay $20 for both of them in that sense, right? But you just email me, I'll send you the books, and you just tell me what you want, and I'll send you the payment methods and stuff that like that. Until I get like an actual website up and loaded, it's gonna be like that, and it's not an issue, but it can make things a little bit confusing for people. For e-reading. See, that's the thing though. They're not necessarily like e-books. They're literally just like text documents in PDF file form. Because I don't have like a way to make them into actual PDF books just yet either. Um, but regardless, I've been looking. I've been wanting to see about Amazon, but it's also like, if it costs money, that's gonna be a bit of a risk that I'll have to like think about for a minute. Um, but let me get to the rising ritual. One of the best things you can do for a rising ritual is take like the first five to, and also if you need the email, it's in the pinned message. I don't know how it's gonna show on mobile. I don't know how it's gonna show. I mean, I know how it's gonna show on computer, but not on mobile. I think it shows. I'm looking at it on mobile. I'm sorry. I look at the computer more than my phone when I stream. I'm sorry, but it says it right. It's there if you need to email me. Just copy paste. It also has the links for like the payment stuff as well. So just send me an email and I'll send you a list of stuff. And if you're wondering about any other services I have, I can send you a list of that as well. I have an order form, but most people prefer to email me regardless for it. It doesn't, matter either way. I get an email whether you use the order form or not. So, whichever way is more best for you. And it's also in the description of the live, of the channel and everything like that. So it's all over the place. If you can't find it and you can only find the email, just let me know and I'll send it to you because sometimes it has an issue. But for a good rising ritual, take like the first 5 to 10 minutes and just meditate. Like, just allow your mind to just flush. Because you're just now getting up. You're just now booting up your system. You don't really have. You might not have, I should say, the energy to get up and spring and do something that you want to do immediately. Sometimes you just feel really groggy. Just allow yourself to sit back and relax and allow your body, give it that time to start up. That doesn't mean you have to like necessarily focus on anything, but like parts of your body that are in pain, focus on it. Be like, why is this in pain? Maybe I slept wrong. That's okay. Maybe my shoulder hurts. Maybe my stomach hurts. Let me just figure out what my body needs to do first. Maybe you need to get up and use the bathroom first, and you just go do that, right? All these things. Do things with intention as well. So when you're brushing your teeth, keep it in your mind or say out loud, like, I'm brushing my teeth to remove any false words that I may be speaking about myself throughout the day, to help me keep like a higher vibration whenever I speak. Things of that nature, just cleaning off that area. When you're taking a shower or whatever, or a bath, cleansing off your body and wiping away anything that you attached during the dream state at nighttime, anything that may be trying to attach itself to you today, anything how you feel, washing all that away, washing the guilt, the shame, anything that you're feeling away. If you have any oils, definitely rub oil like on your forehead. If you use it, of course. I have like rosemary oil, pure, and I usually just put a little bit on my forehead to like the grace of the third eye, to keep it clean and pure. No, I don't watch any anime at all. But other than that, just staying on focus with that. Taking a walk outside can also be good. Staring outside for a minute could be good as well. Just starting up slow. Don't jump up and get right into work. Even though I do that a lot, it's not good. Give your body time to actually do what it needs to do. Because there's some days where I get up immediately and I'm already like on the laptop, and that's not like a good thing at all. But that's just called being a workaholic as well, which is again not a good thing. But you know, it should fellow workaholics, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You get up and you immediately have to do it. Yeah, the anointing oils and stuff. I couldn't think of the word, so I said grace it. but but yeah, just doing stuff of that nature in the risings will really help clear out the system. Always. See, I'm wanting to at least do a live like sometime in the rising and then in the afternoon and maybe like a video or something in the middle. I'm trying to like get this out because I've been so drained recently from just being so scattered and trying to plan out what I'm doing here, what I'm doing there, doing new things, you know, getting things moving in the background, that I spread myself thin, and I'm just now in the energy again where I can start going live. Like I did like what, like a 4 or 5 hour live yesterday. It was split up into two parts because I had to do something, but like I've been moving a lot more, so it's been nice. Plus, not only that, it's just like the energy's been just off like crazy today, like for the past like week, past month, honestly, actually, past like few weeks. So that's finally being removed, and that's just been because of the planetary alignment, that all that stuff getting readied up, and the planetary like parades and shit. All that's been getting lined up. Things are just getting ready for spring. It's just that energy, man. Where spring's about to happen. We have like what, a week and a half more of winter or something, says the groundhog. So we're doing that, and that's gonna be fun. Yeah, I felt better. I felt better on like Wednesday night as well. It was like when I rose on Thursday, I was like, damn, I feel a lot better. I actually kind of want to do a live, and it was really interesting. So that was fun. Yeah, I need spring to hurry up. I need spring to hurry up, and I need it to not snow as much. Why did I just get a message? Oh, that's what's going on. Okay. I was like, why did I get a message? Because someone else sent me a video, sent me an alert that they're going live. Awesome. Um, hell yeah. We still got snow over here. Okay, you gotta go. You gotta go somewhere. I don't, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm putting you in timeout again. I've seen you spam that like 3 or 4 times. I don't know what you're talking about. You can't just say bye and start doing that stuff. Come on. Yeah, that's the same way Kentucky is too. Kentucky will trick you like that. It's like, oh, it's been sunny for like 2 days, for like a whole month, and now here's like a 2 inch snowstorm for no reason. Just have it. There you go. Damn, a foot of snow. Jeez, that's a lot of snow. I don't mind snow, but I don't know. It's just weird. Mark, I have in Florida. It's snowing in Florida. That's crazy. No, Kentucky's fucking wild, bro. It's like whenever it first started snowing, we were at like 93, 94 humidity, and it would be snowing. So I would have to keep the cold air on because I would be sweating in my room. And, and it was packed snow, like it was ice on the road and everything, and I had to keep the AC on because I was sweating. And it's so bipolar here. I don't get it. The Obtubers. I've noticed a few YouTubers going a little bit weird. I don't, that's just how it is. Because sometimes I get recommended in the algorithm the people that I don't watch anymore or just haven't heard of, and it's just, I don't know. And I'm also getting them on Facebook again too. I don't know what's going on with that. I guess it's just a whole like thing. I'm not really too sure. Yeah, a lot of them were shifting to the higher vibration of not focusing on certain situations, and then they immediately got put back to where they first were. I don't know if they know what's going on or not. I don't know what's causing that. It could just be like a personal preference. I'm not really too sure. Well, that's good. I'm glad you don't get much of the crazies. But it's weird. There was this one reader, every video that they uploaded, I don't remember, their channel got removed, like off YouTube. Every video they uploaded, they were saying someone was gonna get killed, like every upload. And I was watching them because I was like confused about what they were trying to talk about. They would do 2-3 uploads a day of the same thing over and over again, 2-3 days over and over again. And it's like, I don't know, like that seems like more of a possession than you channeling a spirit, if I'm gonna be real with you. Getting ice. Ugh. I'd rather have snow than ice. You know what I mean? Jeez. See, that's the thing. I would like to stretch out as well, like with business and have like people help me with certain things, but I also have to like know who's who. You know what I mean? Because I've had a lot of people, not personally, but I've heard of a lot of people, and business stories and stuff of that nature where things like go one way and they flip over. It's just that is something I do have to watch out for. It's not something I'm necessarily afraid of because I can weed people out, but it's a concern for sure whenever thinking about it. But I have been really trying to think of ways to do that because it would be helpful. But I try to keep things as authentic as possible. I It's just how it is. Yeah, a lot of people are going through stuff in businesses. Like it's weird. I've never built a snowman in my entire life. That's the thing. I've had snowball fights, but I've never, I've made snow angels, I've had snowball fights, I've never made a snowman. Ever. I've kicked my friend's snowman down before, but I have never made one. That's probably why I've never made one. But nah, yeah, that's the whole thing. Like it's that's what I was trying to like talk to YouTube about because it's not just me. Like everything's going weird. Like the finances are going down. Like we're about to have another blackout, I think. I really do. Like like one was already we talked to like I don't think I talked about it, but there is talk about it last year about a blackout happening somewhere in like June or July or something. Um and it's like with the way things are going right now, I definitely see a blackout or like an economic crash happening within like the next few months for sure. Because it's just been bizarre. And I don't even keep up with that type of stuff. It's just observing like what's going on, not only from like my point of view, but how other people are being affected by stuff. It's something's gonna happen within the next few days with involving the economy or just like the whole governmental system as a whole. It's just not looking, it's just how it is. We already had the government crash for like what 3 days in like 2016 or something like that. I remember when that happened. That was kind of funny, but at least I thought it was funny. It might not have been funny to those who was affected, but I was a child, so I thought it was kind of funny. I was like 16, 17. But yeah, I'm doing well. Damn. See, that's the thing. That's wild. I have family up in Boston, and they used to send photos of their like 2-story house just being snowed up to the 2nd story window, and I thought that shit was bizarre. I've never in my life, like, that just seems like fake, but it's not. It's bizarre. It's better to make decisions with your heart and feelings. Your heart is where the divine lives. Nothing impure, nothing that will inflict any sort of pain or fallacy, for lack of a better word, remains in the heart. It is the mind that will control that. So if you can work with your heart and move forward in that, you'll be fine. A lot of times when people go into logistics of things, they work with the rational side of the mind. And all logistics is breaking things down, making graphs out of it, all those things. And that's what the rational brain is proficient at. That's all it wants to do, is to give you a bunch of data, a bunch of examples, a bunch of hypotheses and equations to show you what could go right, what couldn't go right, rather than following what the divine is giving you from the heart space to move forward. And I'm glad people are asking these questions, because this is literally what I'm writing the book about. So it's sliding up. This is literally what I'm writing about in the book, in how to work with the rational self of the mind, where it's breaking down everything, and how it can work with the heart, how it can work with the divine space to not tear apart the divine's plan and make it seem like it's too far-fetched or fake, but to work with it and see how it can work out and show you the path and the plan that you need to work with moving forward. Because a lot of times when you have a plan of something and it doesn't work, it's not because of a disconnect externally. It's something that you didn't do internally. There was a sign you didn't see. There was a warning you didn't catch in time. There was something that happened internally that gave you like a flag, either a green flag or a red flag, saying, hey, do this, hey, don't do that, or hey, slow down, however, that you weren't paying attention to because you were breaking things down so much. But it's a really nice topic to talk about. I don't see many people talking about it. I will say though, you may have to reread it a few times, because it goes in depth and it can get very confusing very quickly. It's not something that's talked about. It's a very deep psychological process that we go through. But it's a process that we go through, and it's not noticed because it happens so quick. Like, let's say someone shows you the color green, right? And you don't like the color green, but when someone says, why don't you like the color green? I don't know why. You know why deep down why you don't like the color green, but you just haven't caught up to that process of why I don't like the color green. That's why later on you'll go like, oh, I don't like the color green because it reminds me of baby vomit. And it's like, you didn't know that at the time. You're still catching up to the whole process that happened so quick to make you just immediately decline something. Or sometimes when you say you don't want to do something, but then you do like minutes later, that's because your rational mind immediately said, no, don't do it. But you wanted to do it. It just immediately put a halt on it for some reason. Why? It's due to some sort of misconfiguration within your mind due to past events or things that you've watched or took in that you haven't really delved into and seen. And it's not about fixing that or saying that you're wrong with it, but just being more aware of it so that you can pause that conflict. So you can be like, wait a minute, I'm instantly declining something. Am I sure that I don't want this? Having that second guessing of self isn't a bad thing. It can really save you and benefit you in time. So it's a teeter-totter for sure, but it's a subject that more spiritualists should talk about, because if we're going to be talking about spirituality, we need to start learning about how the body works, because we operate off of a triceriary system or whatever. I don't know how to say the word, but it's the mind, the body, and the soul. The mind, which is spirit, the heart, which is soul, and then the body encases both of them together. Yeah, salt spiritual best help. Use sea salt. If you have sea salt's the best salt to use, especially for cleansing. If you're gonna use any salt's good, but I highly recommend sea salt. Sea salt will get you there and back tenfold. African black soap. Snake oil soap. If y'all remember the rattlesnake oil soap, I put a few people on that way back then. That and the African black soap. If you can get those, you're solid. Let's go do that. You good. I have black salt, and I sometimes bathe in that. Even though it smells like eggs, it work. It's a good protection. Let me tell you. Yeah, witches can be Christian because like witchcraft is in the Bible. It's what people don't realize is what people don't realize is literally um there were astrologers, there were prophets, there were magicians back in the age of the Bible. You can read about them. And it wasn't just about the ones who are working with the Pharaoh and doing dastardly deeds. It's also ones that God granted that gift to be able to stand with and protect those in need and things of that nature. So witches can definitely be Christians. Being a Christian and being a witch, those are labels for things that you're able to do. Being a witch just means that you can control the feminine energy. You can control the energy that you're receiving, and you're able to output it in such a way to benefit what you're wanting to be made on the outside, right? Being a Christian just means that you're a supposed follower of Christ, depending on how you're going to use that term Christian, because I've met Christians that aren't Christians, if you know what I mean. Jamaican castor oil, that's a good one. Anything Jamaican's a good one, honestly. But yeah, uh, I believe so. I believe it's unfiltered. I know it's raw. I believe it's unfiltered. I don't know if you have to find a specific for that or not. Yeah, I know you do, Mark. Yeah, see, that's the thing with religion. They'll put dogma on you because they won't teach you the whole Bible. They'll tell you to ignore the Old Testament until it benefits what they're trying to preach to you and not teach you, right? There's a difference, a huge difference between preaching and teaching. Um, and they'll look at Paul in his version of the Bible, and Paul was a deceiver. Paul literally is like three or four different characters in the Bible that literally only made the books because he's seen the other disciples writing books, and he wanted to write a book because he was around Jesus as well. That's why when you read Paul's readings, it gets very confusing, and things start to backlap, and names are switched around, and locations are named differently, and all these things. It's because Paul's literally trying to deceive. He's making a new Christ, a new energy to follow. Basically, it's Christ the Antichrist battle happening literally in the story. And a lot of preachers only work off of that, mainly because in the King James version, or the New King James version, it's easier to decipher what Paul was trying to say, because it's gone through so many translations and they use the incorrect words, due to them putting not only Arabic words but Hebrewic words in the King James. Well, in all the Bibles, but mainly in the King James, to convey their message rather than the actual message that's trying to be talked about. See, that's the thing. They don't want to teach you. They just want to they just want to tell you what to do. They don't want to give you like an option, because if you ask the preacher like who Paul was in the Bible, they'll just say he was a disciple. They won't tell you the whole deceiver thing, and even if they do tell you the deceiver, they won't point it out in which places it is. They won't like actually read with you. They'll just tell you to read this, and then you go back and talk to them after that, and they say no, this is what it is, because they went to school for it. But what does that school teach you? Whatever Whoever created that school X Y years ago, they're only teaching what they wanted them to know. That's the same thing with any school, because that's why different counties and different schools have different ways of teaching and all that stuff. It's based off of what they want their grades to look like and all that stuff, how they want to base everything. It's awful, but it's the existence we live in. So it's important to do your own studying. It's not to say again like religion is like a bad thing. It's a if you need it, you need it for sure. It's just knowing what you're in, being able to read the sources yourself, and not being afraid to ask questions. And if you don't like get an answer from your preacher, or they don't know, go to someone else who does. Just keep asking questions, you know, and look things up. Translate words that you don't know. Really read what's being said, you know. Sometimes, even in the Bible, some words are phonically messed up. Some words are spelled in a different phonic way than they're actually supposed to mean. And you'll hear it and you'll read it and you'll look up that definition for whatever it's spelled out phonically when it's supposed to be a different word entirely. It's a puzzle you have to put together, but that's that's a lot what happens, you know, when things are passed down from generation to generation, and you have a council of men that meet up every so often to rearrange and change and create new books. Yeah, religion is just man-made in totality. It's a way to control the spirit. It's a way to keep people within a box. And unfortunately, a lot of spirituality is going down that path as well. People are forgetting the whole point of being spiritual, which is to just experience your own way of being, experiencing what you're desiring to experience, and not allowing externals to sway you one way or the other. But, you know, to each their own. If some people want to have like a religious, spiritual, you know, thing, they can. I don't. I want to actually be sovereign. I don't want to be labeled sovereign and not think for myself. I want to be actually sovereign. I want to control how I think. I don't want the external to control me. I want to actually be free. I don't want this like facade that people will buy into. That's like the difference between a lot of people. And I know I'm not the only one. It's just people and gurus will use the word sovereign, but yet they won't allow anyone to think outside the box. And they're like, oh no, it's not this, it's that. But at the end of the day, it's just like have a conversation instead of like telling people it's not, which I like to do. I like to have conversations. Well, proversations. I don't want to say conversations, but regardless, not everyone's ready to have a conversation because they feel like it's going to be argumentative when it's really not, you know. Then again, like with the way society's been ran recently and throughout time with texting and stuff, people think that your words are a lot more dense than they're supposed to be. And it's just people talk in different ways. People have different ways of expressing themselves. And you can't use capitals to express like importance anymore because people think capitals are yelling. Whenever I truly would think that bolding something would be more, well, even then, it depends because, like, why would you? I don't know. It doesn't matter really at the end of the day. It's just people have different outlooks on how things are said, and it's just hard to like talk to people because people like to assume, and I like to assume too because I'm people, but you know, it's just something that we have to break. There is hope in God. That's the thing. Within every religious text, there's always going to be hope. You're always going to find something. I have a friend who has like religious, like really bad religious trauma, but they know about the stories in the Bible, and we'll talk about it sometimes. And it's not like they don't grasp it. It's not like they don't understand it. It's just they don't agree with the way the message is pushed out, and that's where a lot of the religious trauma stands out. It's not the fact that the message is there; it's the person that gave the message that like really irked them. You know, a lot of pastors that end up being like sexual abusers really irk people. A lot of churches that feel like cults and are very like closely knit and have like sex things going on in the background irk people away from it. It's not the scripture itself. It's literally the people. You know, the book can't be changed. The book is neutral. It's literally its surroundings that fuck it up. Exactly, Kay. Like it allows you, it guides you to where you need to be. No matter how deep you go with overstanding what you're being presented with, it's guiding you where you need to be. You know, divine door cards. I don't know what those are. That sound cool though. I'm just imagining like a card that you open up at the door and it has like a message in it. That would be kind of cool. Also, I don't know if anyone knows this, but I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and ask, where is the third one at? Are you here? Or are you here? What in the hell? Hold on. There it is. Does anyone know how I can turn these decks into actual decks that I can sell? Because I'm wanting to do that. I'm trying to revise them, and I need like a site that isn't too expensive but still makes decent cards, so I can start making these into actual like things. Because I'm revising all of them right now. Oh, I already have the art for them. I just need like, uh, I guess what is it, a publishing line, is what I'm looking for. I assume is what that'd be called. I'm not too sure, but welcome everyone. I'm just like the art, like, I mean, unless we're talking about like digitally, I can if you can do it digitally, I can hit you up and talk about that for sure. But I have all the basis of what I wanted. It just kind of needs to be perfected in that sense. I would learn how to do it myself, but at the time that I'm at right now, this laptop is not strong enough to do anything of that nature, so I would not be able to. I mean, maybe in Photoshop, but like again, I don't know how well that would work. Because I really want to get these out because I've had them for a while and that's literally been like a main like goal of mine. I just haven't like found one, and I keep only finding the same sites, and I don't know why. But I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff rolled out, trying to at least, because I've been planning all this stuff in the background. I just haven't had like much to do. I don't know. It's a lot. Okay, I might have to do that. I don't know how expensive that's gonna be though. I'll have to get like, cause I forgot how much. Well, that's the thing. I could get my own design and stuff. I wouldn't have to use these necessarily. You just scan the front of them or whatever. You haven't found your purpose? Any tips? Delve deep inside yourself. What is it that you're truly desiring to do in life? What brings you the most joy? Even if you don't think that you can do it right now at this exact second, what what brings you that joy? What like I would love to just go and dance, or I want to go travel the world or whatever. What could you do that would allow you to do those things? You know what I mean? Like just really ponder on what would bring you the best joy, the most joy, what actually allows you to help. Like for me, I like helping people. I like learning things. I like teaching people things that I learn. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm learning, I'm teaching. I'm not just keeping it to myself. I'm doing all sorts of things. That's kind of how I got into tarot. I wanted to do that, just, and that led over to like studying different things, and that got me into the deeper rabbit holes of things. So just find what really brings you joy in life and then expand on that. You know? That's the best way to find your purpose. Yeah, see, I have a fundraiser. That's the thing. I have a I have a fundraiser actually. I have found zero investors. I found like maybe like one or two, but it hasn't been um and it's not even a complaint. It's just an obvious, like, an observation. It's not enough to truly get out there. I've made flyers. Um, I've made multiple posts. I've shared all the time on the Instagram, and my Instagram is connected to my Facebook. So anything I post on there goes directly to the Facebook. I share it on the TikTok all the time. It's just not getting any funds. Um, which is kind of a downer for that. But I've been doing a fundraiser for it. I can't use GoFundMe. I don't have a phone number for that. So that's an issue. Another big issue is that would make the fundraiser go a lot easier. But I don't have a working phone number. I have to use a text to free apps because I don't, I'm not gonna fucking pay $1,000 something or $100 for a phone, especially when I can't afford it. So that's another thing. Yeah, no worries, Mark, with the cash. It's all good. No worries, no worries. I completely understand. Okay. If you can get that info for me, Kay, I would be grateful. Just email me if you ever do get it. It's no worries. I appreciate it. Love you too, Mark. I love everyone in here. Truly, it's really just beautiful being here and just being able to talk and relax because I don't know, because you have like your friends and then you have the people that like get you. You know what I mean? Like you have the people you hang around that aren't into what you are into or talk about the things that you talk about, and then you have like your whole other thing, which is a grand thing. It's just really beautiful being here because it brings a lot of hope, not only to me but I think to other people as well, because I don't know, so many people have entered the spiritual game and then it's like they lose all hope for humanity. Everything's falling apart. No one gets it. No one understands it like I can. I can't find a place to fit in. And then you find a place to like fit in, but you don't actually fit in there. You slide in there, and it's like you learn how to not fit in again. It's just because you were in a area where you were being bashed 24/7 or being disagreed with 24/7 instead of meeting people that like can semi agree with you, and then that like puts you back into the cycle of things. Yeah, it's the social anxiety thing, definitely. Because I mean, even for me, I haven't been publicly talking to people or telling people in real life or even sharing with like people that I used to hang out with that I do what I do now. And now I just blast it everywhere. If people don't like it, it's whatever. Like, it's a process that you have to go through. Exactly, you can't care about fitting in. You will never fit in. The only thing you fit into is this vessel. That's about it. Let me just keep it a buck with you. That's the only thing you'll fit into is this vessel. Nothing else will be a 1000% match. You got to stick with it. Yeah, the humility. We have to have the humility. Without that's the thing with the rational mind. It will block out humility. Make you feel like humility is like a bad thing, and it's like it's not. Humility is so good. Humility is the biggest protector. If you can laugh at yourself, you're protected from just about anything. Yeah, my family, my family doesn't either. Oh God, I'm not even gonna talk about that. That's a funny situation. They'll watch shows. They're into all these witchy shows and everything. They love watching Charmed and Wicked and all sorts of stuff like that. But the second they found out that I read tarot, their whole mind like imploded, and they decided not to like mess around with me no more. It is like, okay. Like I thought you liked it though. I thought you liked this though. No, you don't like it. Is it too real? I'm sorry. Look away then. I don't know what to tell you. No. That's how I have to take it, honestly, because everyone's so like, most of everyone's like into the creepy and spooky and supernatural, like, oh my God, I love horror movies. And then they find out that you do something related to it, and it's like, oh, I don't like you anymore. It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean you watch the movies all the time when they come out, but now that someone's actually doing it, that you're scared? Damn. Like, what? Are you afraid that we're gonna spawn the boogeyman like in that movie you just watched? And like, no, that ain't gonna happen. Chill. Chill out. It happens like that, but not how you think. They think they're gonna get abducted in the middle of the night because you do tarot. Like, oh my God, I'm connected to him. That means the monster's gonna come and kill me. No, the clock said 666, and they told me that they were a reader. I'm gonna die. No, child, chill out. You watch too many movies. It is. Everything is a kind of comedy. It really is. It's so funny. I mean, that's just how people will be. And you can't really change it, but you can laugh with them. I don't laugh at them. I laugh with them because there's a part of them inside that thinks that it's so funny, and that part of them is that soul. Because we all got it. We all have that part of ourselves that's like, damn, what the hell? Like, this is kind of actually funny. No matter how much it's hidden, it's there. We wouldn't be here and whole without it. It's about how much you're going to acknowledge and allow it to go through. What? That's wild. Getting banned from watching stuff. But at the same time, I like as a child I would watch all sorts of like movies like that. My mom and I would watch Charmed. I would watch Charmed in that other witch show that was on TNT in the Risings when I would wait for the bus. So I I don't get it. Like how can you grow up? Well, it's not even my mom or dad that like don't like it. It's like my sisters and stuff. But it's like how can you be yeah Buffy the Vampire Slayer and stuff of that nature? It's like how can you not? What's that one? What's that one with the cat named Wednesday? Is that Buffy or I don't think that's Buffy. It's something else, isn't it? Regardless, how can you watch all those and then get creeped out that someone does it? Like I don't know. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I don't. Sabrina, yeah, Sabrina the teenage witch. That's another one. Uh, welcome back in. Are you good and relaxed? Are you gonna start spamming again? I gotta ask. If you're not laughing, you're crying. Oh God. Are you self-taught with tarot? Yes, I'm self-taught with tarot. Um, there was a site that I used when I first started. I forgot what it was, but it came with a PDF. It was a blank PDF, and it had all the cards on it, and you got to write down like all the readings on it. And I used that for the longest time, and then I started delving into imagery and all sorts of that, and I got to learn how to read symbols and symbology, and then I jumped from using that sheet to like learning symbols and numerology and hand positionings and all sorts of other stuff. And then I also have a mentor that teaches me the deeper things that I don't even go over in readings about the cards. So it's just kind of a huge interest for me to really break down all these things. So it's pretty fun. Because like for the tarot classes, I don't even go over the stuff that I'm being taught with my mentor because it is not for everyone at that point. Like that stuff, I mean, I don't know. It took when I first got classes from him, it took me like a month to digest information from him. But then after a while I got the hang of it because I just had to like break a few things, a few past thought patterns. Yeah, finding a mentor is hard because a lot of them will just like speak in like a metaphoric way and it doesn't help, and then others don't take time to get to know who you are or your situation, and they won't like help you on that type of like level. I do offer mentorship. It's the one-on-one class stuff that I offer. It's a one-time payment, but I mean a lot of people use that. And it's like you just pay once and it lasts, until you don't need it anymore. So you literally can like not message me for a month and then one day randomly need me and just be like, hey, I need to talk to you about this. Could I get this? Could I get that? And be like, yeah, sure. I don't know if anyone in here has the one-on-one service, but it is a very like close intertwined thing. I ask you about your like what's going on in your situation, how you feel about it, like because it's not about what I can bring, it's about what you need help with. So like, what are you going through? How do you feel about it? I can't tell you about any of that. I need you to tell me so that I can kind of gauge and see how I can give you information, things of that nature. It's, you know, it's how do you sign up for it? Same thing, email. Email. And thank you, Duffy, for it. What's the cost? The cost is $150, but we have $150, but we have payment plans, so you don't have to pay all of it up front. You can pay like 25 of it and go however long you need to go with it. Or you can, you know, pay it all up front. You can pay like 50 of it, however you need to do, but it's a payment plan with that. Hold on again. Hello. Hi. No, I wasn't hearing anything because I'm live streaming right now, so I couldn't hear anything. Oh, I'm good. Thank you though. You too. Oh, I knocked the water ball over. Sorry, that was room service. No, 150 is really a good rate. A lot of people will charge you like here's the thing. I've seen people charge people like $1,000 some dollars for bullshit. For absolute bullshit. Things that don't even actually help people. They don't even tell you things. What they'll do is they'll send you books and go, hey, read this book. Read this. Do this assignment. It's like, it's stupid. And I don't know. I want to help people. Like, it's not that hard. You know what I mean? It's not like an elaborate scheme. I just want to help people. I've gone through shit. I might not know how to solve every situation, but I know how to talk people through stuff. So I'm going to do my best to do that. You know what I mean? So that's why I got that service up there. But literally, for any of the services, you just email me or use the order form. It's all in the description. Like if you go, I don't know, because I've been getting things of this as well. People have been having a hard time finding links on my channel. I've been told by like multiple people that links aren't popping up anymore. So I don't know what's going on with that either. But if you go to the description, you can get the emails right there as well. Have the donations for like ways you can pay the one of the books. We have an order form down there and stuff of that nature. There's a bunch of stuff. No, exactly. But see, that's the thing. It's rough because it's like most people do not, like, you go in and you're asking for help, so it's like you expect that person to actually help you. You expect that person to actually like try and be there. I'm gonna have to get rid of you because you just spamming too much. Goodbye. Look, that's the third time. Three strikes, you're out. Anyway, but it's like, it's awful because in the spiritual community there are a lot of predators out there because they want to prey on you for not knowing, or they just think that you're stupid. It's awful. I don't like it. And and then you meet people that could actually help you on your journey, but they don't offer any services. They're very like closed in, and that's okay. That's fine. Spend your energy how you want. Some people don't have that reserve, but for someone who, I have the reserve when I can, you know, and I'm a person like everyone else. And you know, if I can't do something, I can't do it, but I'll do my best to help at the end of the day if I can, and that's just what I want to do. So I offer, you know, I have all sorts of services and stuff. And I know that money's an issue, so I don't try and price it too high. You know, I keep it reasonable. So, you know, I'm not gonna charge you a fucking $1,000 for something that you could probably Google, you know. Depending on your circumstance, of course, right? I hope you get your job soon too, Pooja. You've been walking with us for a while, so prayers to you, because I know you will. You'll get it eventually. I know you will. Did you stop doing the readings? Was that like something you didn't continue doing, or? Because I haven't heard about that for a while. I was curious. And welcome in, Bobby. Some things are worth the cost. Seriously, they are. It really depends on who the person is, though, and like what they're actually trying to convey to you. Other than that, you gotta be careful. Welcome in, Grand Rising. Oh, see, that sucks. That's the worst. I've been in that situation too, where I've paid for something and it was a scam, and I literally ran out of cash. I've been in those situations too. It was awful. Um, it's unfortunately a lesson that we do have to learn. But once it's learned, it's never forgotten. That is a full-on fact. It's just really about finding someone you can trust, and like that's another thing with having like an online presence. Even though I don't like to, it definitely helps build like a trust with people, because it's you need to be able to trust someone if you're gonna even like get a service from them, right? So it's important to build that up. Even though I'm not a fan of it, it's definitely something that like needs to happen. Which, I mean, even when I first started streaming, it was because I wanted to talk to people. I would literally do a reading, and they wouldn't be as long as they are like now. They wouldn't be like an hour. They'd be like 20, 35 minutes. And then I would sit on live and talk to people. And I had like what, like 100, 200, 300 subs at that point. And I would just sit there and talk. I don't know if anyone here is from early on in that journey. I think there's one. I think Stephanie was at one point. Um but I would just sit here and talk. I wouldn't do anything else but just talk to people. And it would be because, it would be a small, I wouldn't have but like maybe 5, 6 people in. So I would literally, like, during their reading, I would look up at the chat and like conversate during their reading. Like, it was like, that's what I want to do, like, genuinely. It's just been difficult planning things out and getting things to move. So now that things are in a position to where I can move and do things, it's coming back slowly. But yeah, we have a few like day oneers. I started the channel like, when did I start the channel? I don't remember. I gotta go check. Yeah, because I remember Stephanie's been here for ages. Like, Stephanie's been here since like the beginning almost. Like, genuinely almost from the beginning. I'm pretty sure she's probably the only person in here that's seen the very first video that I've ever made without me talking about it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Bobby's been here for a while too. There's a lot of people who've been here for a while that I don't see anymore, which is okay. But, that's just how time goes. Let me find the first video. Let me find when I first did it. I'm gonna have to do this like 1,000. Can I just like skip? I can't skip to the final page. I don't know. I can't find the original. If anyone else has any questions, feel free to ask, Any sort of conversation that we can get up and going, I'm down to have. It's been a journey for sure. Oh my god. It has been a wild journey. Yeah, that was whenever I first started up my channel. That was also one of the craziest. That was a journey and a half for me. Was that the first video really right there? No, it wasn't. We're still going back. I used to upload thumbnails. I stopped doing that. I went from like uploading like my face to thumbnails, back to my face, back to thumbnail. I don't know what I was going. That's a lot. My first video was October 10th, 2023. I actually have one that was before that time. And this was when I was locked in a basement, but it wasn't letting me upload it for some reason. I still have it. I haven't deleted it. But it was like it was during the time I was locked in a basement. And I was just trying to record like an intro video, and I just never did. Like, it never uploaded. But I have it, the whole thing. But that was 9 days before my birthday as well. October 10th. That's crazy. What happened to my LLC? I still have it. I still have the LLC. I just need to do things with it, which is what I've been like working with and working on. Because I don't want to fuck over its credit, and I don't want to fuck over my credit, so I'm still figuring out like the whole entity thing with holding an LLC and like starting up its own bank account and things of that nature. I'm not very well versed in business. Yeah, of course, you have permission to stalk my content. It's up there for a reason. I've only deleted one video from this entire channel. I've only deleted one. So you can go all the way back to the very beginning. You can literally watch the very first video I've ever uploaded. I do not care. The reason I keep them up though is because it's a journey. I don't want to hide any part of me. I want it to be authentic as fuck. I don't care if in some videos I came off as like harsh or I came off as moody or grouchy. That's part of the journey. You're not always gonna have a happy day, right? I showed up a lot of the times when I was distressed and stressed the fuck out and looking awful and sick, and however, it's just keeping it authentic. It's, I want to keep it that way. I don't want to have like a fake face and look pretty every video. Sometimes my hair wasn't even touched and I look fucking deranged. It's just how it is. I want to keep it real. I ain't got nothing to hide. I'm not ashamed of myself. When I tell you I do not care about how this physical vessel looks, I don't. Like, as long as it's healthy, as long as I feel healthy with it, I don't care what anyone else thinks about it. I could give two shits less. It's my vessel. I want to be able to make sure that I'm living in it and that it's healthy. Other than that, the outwards appearance of how people think about it, that's them. Good, bad, ugly, happy, I don't care. I feel about it one way, people feel about it another way. Beautiful. That's how life is. Yeah, when I was grouchy, I gave different messages when I was grouchy. When I got like angry or grouched up, I get blunt. It's the Libra. Do you think we make our own destiny, or things laid out? Things are laid out for us. We don't make destiny. We create fate. All we really make is our path to destiny. We have our destiny, which is our dream desire. We have multiple paths of getting there. I've become a lot more serious. I have. The Libra has taken over a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. But I don't know why that is. I think it's because I'm also my North Node's Leo, so I've definitely stepped into more of the leadership energy, which has probably made it seem more serious. So that's probably what's going on with that. But we just create the path to our destiny. There's infinite paths to get there, but we just have to choose the journey to get there, and try our best to enjoy every step of the way. It's not going to be pretty 24/7, but we make what we have. We can make do with what we have. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really feel like it's a bad thing that I've become more serious. I think it's just a lot of people, when I didn't have like a serious undertone, didn't take me as serious, because I know a lot of people just seen me as like cute or whatever, and that kind of like laid like a weird layer on top of the messages that I would give that people wouldn't pay attention to. So I kind of had to put the hammer down on that. But to each their own at this point. It's just trying to figure out how I want to do things rather than whatever. I try to be, because like I don't even want to have like followers. I say that a lot. I don't want to have followers. I want to have people to walk with me. I want other people to be leaders too, because it's like what good is a leader if they're not leading you somewhere good, which should be to what you desire, you know? We're all trying to get to the goal at the end of the road. We're all going down different paths. If I can help a few people to trust themselves a little bit more down that path with me, I mean, shit. Yeah, I don't want idols either. I don't want to be an idol. That's the thing. I get like some people will just out of like how they are and you know what they decide to do, and that's perfectly fine. But I don't want to hold myself up as like an idol or that I'm better than anyone. I just know what I know and I'm confident in it, and that can come off as arrogant or egoic, whatever, to people. But that's not my problem because I'm not trying to come off that way. If I was, I would admit it, you know, and I do admit it to myself a lot. I used to come off as I used to be really, really, really in my ego, and I would take a step back and realize it. And now I like I've deciphered like what brings it up. So yeah, I don't. I'll just say it blunt. I don't like dick riders. I don't care if you disagree with the message with me. If you disagree with the message of me and you don't want to believe in a message, good. That is more power to you. I don't want you to believe anything I say. I want you to do your research. I want you to look up what I say, do your research, you know, do what you feel comfortable doing with it. You don't gotta believe anything. You ain't gotta take nothing I say. I'm literally no one at the end of the day. So, I don't know. But people don't like that. A lot of people are looking for a direction, so it's like finding the best way to explain to people how to find the direction that they want to take. That's like the hard part of it. Is how do you tell a directionless person which way to go? Like you can't. You have to like work with them at that point if they're willing, of course, because you can't force someone either. Because I don't know. That's the thing. I don't get it. I don't know, because I know there's a lot of people that want to have like lead to be in a leadership position, to have followers and stuff of that nature, and I don't get it. That's not for me. You can keep that energy. You can keep that. More power to you, I guess. You know, but I want people to like think for themselves. Because it's the same thing with like spirituality. I don't want people to believe anything I say about spirituality because what I'm experiencing with my spiritual stuff is just me. You know, some people might have similar experiences. Some people might stumble upon similar teachings, but I know it in my way. You know it in your way. We can come together and conversate so we can get a grander understanding of it. You know, let's just be open about it. And if it hits a point to where you're unable to talk about it, say so. Ain't no one gonna make fun of you, and if they do, it's their fault for being weird like that. You know, if you can't handle a conversation, just say, "Hey, I can't handle it anymore. Let me back up." Simple. Good. I'm glad that you're taking care of yourself now. That's what we want to hear. We want to hear that you can't handle it. That's good. Back up, and we'll approach it a different way, so we don't have to like overbearing you. Simple as, you know. Everyone has different ways of being. It's really that simple, but you have to be able to speak up for it, and that's the rough part. Because if you won't, you'll get ran off of the course. And it's as well with if you are going to be in a position where you're teaching, you have to be scared by some knowledge to know like I can't say this just yet because it might scare some people, and I'd rather not do that because there's some things that you can't jump off the deep end with at all because it's a literally like you might feel like you're ready for it, and then your whole life just takes like a whole internal like wormhole, splits into half, nuclear fusion, and then you just like get lost again because you weren't ready for it. But it, you know what I mean? It's the journey. See, that's the thing. That's yeah, that's like the perfectionism of it. Is like wanting to have all the information at once, or thinking that you can handle it all, and then working with it. That's part of the perfectionism of it. But like I've always been super spiritual. Like I I've had a crazy life. I live next to a graveyard, a family graveyard, and I would go there. I've took entities back to my house. I've played with Ouija boards. I've made my own Ouija board out of paper and a fucking shot glass and used that. I've had cryptid encounters. I've had paranormal encounters. I've summoned things. I've talked to things. I've done all sorts of stuff. My whole life has just been spiritual. It hasn't been until like the past 3 years though that things have like ramped up exponentially, to the point to where I haven't even been able to put it into like concise words just just yet. That's all good, Pooja. You're still doing tarot? All right, awesome. Remember, if you have any questions for that, just message me, and I'll do my best to help you with it. I really have. Let me tell. Something that I really find hilarious was when I was like 8 years old. I was looking up how to do hexes, and after I found out that you had to have a photo of someone and their hair to do one of the things I was looking up, I was like, I'm not even going to spend my time looking at this because I am not that stupid. I'm not petty enough to get a picture of someone in their hair. I'm too lazy to do that. I now have the knowledge. Awesome. I know how to do some crazy shit. Awesome. Will I ever do it? Probably never. Unless I meet that one exact individual that like for some reason my guides tell me to, then maybe it depends on like how well I can trust the guides and how often I'm talking to the guides that are telling me what to do what, right? But half the stuff that I know I don't even do. I just know it. It's nice to know. It's nice to know the side effects of it. It's nice to know what those ingredients do and how they interact so that I can use that and make my own stuff with it or whatever. Exactly. Hexing someone else only hexes you at the end of the day. Right. It's just knowledge is power. And if you can be in a very good controlled state of self to where you're not going to do something crazy to someone else, knowledge is going to save your ass for a lot of things. And that's what all I care about is like being knowledged. I'm 9 years in intensity. It's not the fact that it gets any less intense, it's that you learn how to swim within the waters, because even the current's not going to change how fast or how hard it's going to go. It's you and the way you're moving with the current that's going to dictate how you're going with it. Yeah, it's definitely something you need to communicate with. Like that's the thing. If I say it to people all the time because people don't think that they can just stop receiving information or stop being contacted. You can. If it's overwhelming for you, you can say, I don't want this. Like I do not want to talk right now. I don't want any of this information. Don't talk to me for a minute. Let me get used to this. And they'll back up because it's what they want. They want you to be comfortable. They don't want to force anything on you. They don't want you to be scared. They want to let you walk on the journey yourself. It's all about that communication. See, that's the thing. I want to talk about deep things. I want to talk about the stuff that not many people talk about. And what the hell did I just do? Well, I just fucked up everything. Never mind. Awesome. Anything on psychosis? Very real. Be very careful. And this is where it comes to knowing your own limits. Be careful of the information you're taking in. When you're doing deep dives or learning about something new, make sure you're taking it within baby steps. If you're learning it from someone specific, ask all the questions that you can. If they can't answer a question, that's okay. Ask them, if they're really there to help and learn and to teach, they'll do some studying on it as well. If they're not, then they'll say, I don't know, and they'll probably lead you to someone else to talk to. But don't be afraid to walk down and ask questions. Okay, I'm gonna assume you're talking about cutting themselves in the form of in the form of using it for magic. Um, it can be both. You can use because it's blood is just part of you. It can create stronger ties. Some people will draw blood from themselves. That's why you see people prick their thumb and write their contract in blood. That's to bind them and their blood, which is technically really their soul as well. Their blood operates through their soul as well, to that contract as well. Some people will use their blood in their own protection magic. It's the same theory as using urine in your own urine in protection work. Because when an animal would pee in something in the wild, that's marking their territory, saying this is mine, don't fuck with it. So some people would use urine in their stuff to say this is mine, don't fuck with it. Same with blood, it attaches it to them. This is mine, don't fuck with it, right? So it depends on like who's using it for what. Some people use it for you can also, I mean, I'm not going to go too deep into it for reasons, but basically it's just to show ownership. It's to say that you are wanting to be tied to that entity, tied to whatever that is. Entity meaning something on the physical or whatever. But it's the same thing. In hoodoo, you will see a lot of people use urine in their practices, because not only is urine a very good purifier due to the chemicals that it has in it, but it's also a really good binding and protective element as well, because it's going to show that this is yours and no one can touch it. Some women who have their menstrual cycle on the moon cycles will use their menstrual blood in certain protection rituals and things to amplify that as well, because that blood's being cleansed out, so that can be used as cleansing spells and stuff of that nature. There's all these things from different cultures that they use these elements for to help you. It's best to know more about that on your own if you are wanting to do anything of that nature as well. It's not that it's satanic, it's not dangerous. You just need to know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and set the intentions for that, and talk to a practitioner that knows more of that. I know some of it, but I'm not like a bona fide hoodoo practitioner, so I don't know everything of it. So I wouldn't be like a direct source to get things from, but I can lead you to the right places. But yeah, it's important to know that. If that's something that you're interested in doing, of course. You can use your saliva too. It doesn't have to be something as like graphic as that. You can just use your spit. You can use your tears. You can use your mucus. You can do all it's coming from you. You can use it. It's like not that complicated, but it can get kind of gross. You know what I mean? We're not gonna go too much in it, but it can get really gross really quick. But that's what the ancestors knew, and that's what they did. And those that work deeply with their ancestors have no issue with doing it. Tears are super powerful. Tears, don't get me started. You can use tears to call things. You can call your ancestors with your tears. You can protect and cleanse shit with your tears. You can do all sorts of shit with your tears. It's crazy. You're good. Don't worry. YouTube just isn't putting stuff out. And I tried talking to him this rising about it, like, hey, no one's getting notifications. Not only for my channel, I've been told by other people that their channels are going through it, and that other channels are going through the similar stuff, and they just don't want to help. So I don't know. I talked to a supervisor who put me to a manager, and the manager said that they couldn't bring anyone higher to contact me. And I said, do you have anyone I could contact? Email, phone number? Nothing. Yeah, listen, using your spit to melt, listen, everything. And if you can produce it, it's powerful. There are men that will use their sperm in spell work because their sperm brings life. It's a whole thing. People just are not aware of it. It's not the fact that they're not aware of it, really. It's just the fact that they're not comparing to what it is. What does it bring? Life. It's the same thing as using a chicken egg in things. If you can use something to hex someone, you can use that exact same thing to cleanse it, by the way, as well. So if you know someone's using a direct ingredient to try and hex and curse you, you can literally use that exact same ingredient to cleanse you. It is a two-side way. It is a two-street. You can use salt for protection. You can use salt for deflection. You can use salt to bring things into you. You can use salt for cleansing. You can use salt for keeping making things dirty or hard to walk around, or bitter for a better sense. You know, you just gotta find out. Be careful though. I'm not telling you to experiment with this because you can really fuck up your life or get in accidents and stuff. This is how. But if you are walking down that path of wanting to be a magician in that sense, an alchemist in that sense, go for it. Just be warned that whenever you start creating new spells, you will have to deal with backfires. You will have to deal with things not working out. You might have some injuries around you or things falling apart in your life due to a mixed communication or using the wrong ingredients together. So be aware of that. But using your own spells and creating your own things, making your own grimoire, can be very beneficial because it's you and what you can make. You know, buying these spell books off Amazon and stuff are helpful because they're showing you how these ingredients can work. They're showing you this can do that and that can do this, and you can mix those together. All those things. It's just how are you going to use it? What are you combining with it? How are you using your energy? And it's crazy. But that's what's going on in the grand scheme of things. It's all about the intention. You just gotta be very careful though. If you don't know much about how the ingredients work, be careful. Talk to someone that does. Anything on hypersexuality? Hypersexuality is a trauma response. Either it can be stemmed from anything varying from being SA'd to underappreciating oneself or not being able to feel seen unless doing something extravagant or extra. So if it is with something doing with the outside sense of not being seen or having that or needing that craving attention, work with nurturing yourself. Work with what is that word? I can't think of that word off the top of my head. Be sensual with yourself. There we go. Work with your sensuality. Even if it is like an essay thing, just work with your sensuality. Work with being softer on yourself. Work with being kinder with yourself. Work on the sacral chakra area. Learn how to do tantra. Learn how to stimulate the sexual energy within the body without needing that pleasure at the end, right? Learn how to just stimulate your body so you can grow that sexual energy inside of you and use that to heal those parts inside of you. Because that's the main rule of Tantra. You're not supposed to finish. You're not supposed to release anything. You're supposed to gather it, to know how it feels, to grow with it so it can expand your own energy inside and heal these parts of you that are lacking that energy. Well, that's what I can tell you about hypersexuality off the top of my head. How is it? Oh my gosh, dude. Time just flies by over here. Yeah, of course. Your passions is the same thing with nurturing yourself. It's the same thing with being sensual with yourself, and it's doing things that you truly enjoy without having a fear of being judged. Yeah, because again, creativity, your solar plexus, your throat chakra, and your sacral have a lot to do with your creativity. They have a lot to do with your expression, how you're able to move around in life, your energy, your life force, what you're able to push out. Because even though your throat chakra, some people think that your throat chakra only allows you to talk better, to express yourself better in that sense. Expression is how you're being seen on the external. How is it being seen? So expressing yourself could be on a physical sense, on a spiritual sense, mental sense, emotional sense. However, so working with those three chakras can really help you with that creativity, that sensuality that you're needing. Sometimes you can't be sensual with yourself because you're blocking the communication that you actually need to hear from yourself that you're not receiving from anyone on the external. Like you're not hearing I love you as much, so you feel underloved, and you're not saying I love you to yourself as much, or you have a hard time saying it to yourself even. And that comes from that lack of expressing yourself, and that's, you know, a throat chakra issue. You would think it's a heart chakra issue because it's relating to love, but it's your throat because you're not expressing it. You're not having it given to you, and you're not able to express it out. So you need to work with that throat chakra and the heart chakra to help yourself express it and accept it. All right, see y'all. Have a good one. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you all for stopping by. Blessings and blessings. But you can do that as well. Because a lot of people, when they talk about the chakra system, I've noticed this too. They only tell you what the base things are. They don't they don't tell you how interconnected they are. Like, oh my god, they won't tell you that if your third eye is not opened and operating correctly, your heart chakra is fucked because it's not able to receive anything correctly because it's not receiving anything. So you really got to watch out for that as well. Is the half sister doing spell work? I don't know. I don't know what that clank was either. That was a pretty cool sound though. Too bad I couldn't sample it. I gotta charge this before I forget. This is the wrong charger. Again. Cause like people, it's not like they operate on their own element. They operate together. If one chakra is out of balance, it's coming from something. It's coming from another chakra that's out of balance. Because they're all going to be out of balance in some way or another. If one chakra is activated, it's going to be fueling different segments, different parts of the other chakras because they're all interconnected. But if one of them's majorly shut off, like let's say your crown's off, so you're not able to receive things, you know, from the divine as well. Your tunnel's messed up. You're not having clear thoughts. Now your third eye's fucked up. Now your heart chakra's fucked up. Now your throat chakra's fucked up in different ways. There doesn't mean they're shut off completely, but there's things that are now blocked on them. You can't express yourself correctly. You don't know what words to say. You're not getting the divine insight. You're not working with your feelings as much. And that makes you feel unstable. That's the root chakra issue. And that instability makes you feel like you can't express yourself the way that you need to. That goes to the throat chakra, and that can mess with your life, how you're living your life day to day, working off of that fear that hurts the solar plexus chakra. And then not living your life the way you want to isn't nurturing yourself, which fucks up your sacral. And all these chakras are just getting bing bong boomed. You know? People don't talk about it like that though, and that's why I'm really confused by these gurus that say they know so much, and you ask them, what does this do, what does that do, they won't know. I forgot who it was. There was someone that was subscribed to this channel, and they joined the Google chat group that we had, and she was teaching me all sorts of stuff about the chakra system that I never even heard in my life. But we stopped teachings because I ran into like issues in life, so I couldn't take the classes anymore. But through what she taught me has literally like expanded my viewpoint on how these things work, and it was a beautiful encounter with them that I had. I don't know what you're coming in here and talking about, but okay. You can have fun with that roller coaster. I don't want on it though. But yeah. I with the chakra systems, we have a video. We have a video series on the chakra systems that goes into depth of it. And I talked about a little. I think I made another video about it. You have to go to the classes, and see it. But I have playlists of all this stuff that I've talked about. I don't talk about it too in depth. I talk about it like, quickly. Not quickly, but I give like a good summary of it. So you can go watch those as well. Because they'll help you just learning more about them, the foods that connect to them, the crystals, the frequencies, all sorts of stuff, how they can connect, how they interact, the goddess that can be affected towards them, all sorts of things. Like there's so much. to talk about, but it's like once the general public gets a hold of one understanding over it, they don't want to jump to something new. They don't want to learn any new deeper on it. And when they do try to learn something deeper on it, they're outcasted or ignored, and it's a whole thing. It's a cycle, you know. It takes time to get used to change. It's whatever. But I do my best to study. Again, like I genuinely I meditate on so many things. I study things. I like to learn. And if I don't know something, I'm gonna say I don't know. And if it interests me or if it's a need, I'll go do my research on it. You know, there's not a need. There's not a reason not to. At least in my mind, at least, you know. But that's just me. I'm just I'm just like that. I've always been curious about stuff. Always. I've never said anything's fake until it can be proven otherwise. Like I've always like tried to find proof of it, and if I can't find proof of it, it's like whatever, you know. They've seen it, they can keep it real. It's not for me, I guess. But yeah, I try and keep my research and my studies up. If I'm not studying on something, I'm working on something. It's weird. Like I take my breaks, but good luck finding me on a break. Anything but astral projecting, as in like like how to astral project, or the just the realm of the astrals, you know. Because I know a bit about different things with it, but I need like a bit more like specific, a bit more of a specific topic on that. Oh my god, I got the hiccups. The realm in general. Okay. Uh, so astral projection is projecting outside of the body, going outside of this realm, going outside of this earth, out of this dome, however you want to say it, right? And seeing what's outside of it. So anything you see on the astral realm is a reflection to what's happening on Earth, in a sense, right? You can astral project to different locations on Earth. You can astral project to different realms in the heavens or below, or however you can astral project down your street. It depends on what what you're wanting. When you are deciding to astral project, make sure you can make sure to have like an intention. Um, and if you don't have an intention, just randomly astral project. Don't be afraid to explore. Um, It also depends where you go, depending on your chakras. If you have blocked chakras, you won't be able to astral project to higher realms because your chakras will be blocked. You'll be sent to lower realms. Though those lower realms aren't scary and bad, they can be, but they're not by default. They still have lessons to teach you there that can help you unblock those chakras and give you certain knowledges as well. Definitely ground yourself first. If you are going to astral project, get a environment that you'll be okay in. Have soft, soothing music playing. You know, get some aromas going. Get comfortable. Don't do it when you're in stress. Make sure you're actually in a comfortable environment. Because if you're in stress, you're going to astral project somewhere where you're not going to be happy. Um, Now there are dangers in the astral realm. There are, you know, entities and such. Don't have fear. Though there's danger, remember that you are in control. Around the astral realm, it's you. You have full control, a lot more control than you think. If something comes towards you, you don't like it, you can literally push it away until it piss off and it won't do anything. Stand your ground. If an entity is scaring you, look it in the eyes with determination to make it back down, and it will. It's that way. You have to work almost off that animalistic boundary depending on which realm you're in. As well, don't abuse your powers. There are police in the astral realms. There are beings in the astral realms that are overseers that will punish you if you are doing some crazy shit. You can get banned from astral projecting as well If you are caught abusing your power, they will literally handcuff you. If you're lucky enough, you can actually see the handcuffs before you fully get out of the astral projection and break them off of you. But a lot of times you'll be handcuffed and you'll be restricted from entering certain areas of astral realms. You'll be restricted from doing certain things in the astral realm. There's rules and regulations that follow them. As well, be careful of bringing anything back. If you have any unresolved issue that happens within the astral realm, try to take it to the spiritual courts. If you come out of the astral projection, go to the spiritual courts and ask them to help solve this with you, because you have a chance. You can bring things back, but it's a rare occurrence. There are certain things that you really have to be messing up or attaching yourself to or messing with to do that. You can also take things back with you from the astral realm. Be careful of doing that, because that is thievery, of course, but you will actually have it in the physical realm. Be careful of that. Again, it might not happen immediately, but it will pop up within a certain amount of time frame. So be very careful with that, because that is a thing as well. What else was I going to say about the astral? There's something else. I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say something else. I can't remember it though. But all in all, those are some good basic rules and stuff to remember when astral projecting. There's just a bunch of birds just flying around. That's astral. The Akashic records, not to popular belief, is not like a record library or a book or something. That is something that one mind can create for the astral. For the Akashic records. But the Akashic records is a choice that you make. It is a spiritual door that you open that leads you down that golden path, the golden brick road, if you will. Like, watch The Wizard of Oz. That breaks down a lot of what goes on within spirituality, that goes on with following your actual destiny, getting to your destined path. Reading the story of Cinderella will also tell you about what your destiny is, how it works out, and what to see about it, as well. All these things are very important. These Disney shows and stuff are not made just for entertainment for kids. They literally are breaking down fundamental life lessons and fundamental things that we do in this reality to help us not only escape it, but to live our best and most fruitful life. So that's all with astral. A lot of people, like, again, it's so interesting. Exactly, the stories exist for a reason. Life will imitate art, and art imitates life. That's the cycle of it. Anything that you see in movies and stuff can definitely be a thing that's happening around you. You just might not be aware of it. That's just the bizarre part of it. Yeah, Star Wars will tell you a lot about the galactical wars that's been going on for a while, if you know how to break it down. If you know how to break it down. Because there's so much to break down with it. You have to know everything that's going on between Enki and Enlil and the whole Galactic Federation, the whole family with Anu and them. You have to know all that stuff. And then you can start breaking everything down. And you'll see the similarities between Egypt and Darth Vader and all sorts of things. And it's a whole bunch of stuff, y'all. It's crazy. But it's there. Even if the person's not consciously aware of it, everything is funded by spirit. Everything is funded spiritually. Just because someone's being praised for making a fantastic movie, where did that come from? That came from the divine. So they're going to put something in there to make other people a little bit aware of it. Even if they're not consciously aware, they're spiritually aware of it in some way, shape, or form. And if they can become consciously aware of it, game changer. If not, their soul is changed to a degree. We have an eternity to learn it. It is like that every day. Every single movie, every single thing has some form of hidden truth in it. You just have to be aware enough to see it. Yeah, it is very difficult. It's rewarding for sure. Once you release the boundaries and understand what's being shown to you, it's a reward that you'll never forget. But yeah. Gotta clock in. Good luck. I might be ending here soon, because there is a few things that I gotta get done. But I'll be back later today. I know I said that last night, but I fell asleep. I fell asleep. I couldn't. But I'll be back later tonight for sure, because I don't feel like I'm gonna like pass out today, at least right now. And welcome in. I'll take a few more questions though if anyone has anything else to talk about. If not, I'll skedaddle. So I also want to try and get a video out. I forgot why I was charging the mic and stuff, but apparently I'm doing it for a video. So of course that's what I want. Like I've always been told that I have that the good aura or whatever, you know, the good energy, and it's like it's nice to be able to cultivate people, you know, and just not in that way, you know what I mean, but just to have people to be able to talk to other people that are like-minded and able to understand and just helpful and can share their energy as well and just be nice, you know. It's a good thing to have. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't have like the full blown like grand mal seizures. I have the petite mal ones, so I just kind of zone out for like XY amount of time. Where can you find your Tanya? I don't know. I do not know. But yeah, I'm gonna go end it here. I'm gonna go see what that one dude needed, and then whatever happens happens. Oh, you're petite mal too. I don't have the memory issue. I just have time lapses. Like I'll forget what I'll just not do something and then remember what I was doing when I come back. It's very weird and very interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. Thank you all for being here. I love y'all so much. Again, any contact information you need would be in the description of this live, in the bio of the channel, just everywhere. If you need it, it's there. If you need anything, just email me, and I'll get to you as soon as I can. But regardless, I love each and every one of y'all, to the boot and back, tenfold and forever, and I'll see y'all later.